Okay, I did my internship at Farmers Cooperative Association in Ponca City. We have 3 branches, Ponca, Perry, and Tonkawa. I worked at all 3. I spent a week in Perry because that's our feed mill. Ponca does a little bit of everything. We sell feed, we do a lot of fertilizer, chemical application, which we have like a license when we contract our work out to. Tonkawa is kind of our, if you've ever been to Tonkawa, coach, just like Tonkawa, just kind of a little, That's where I spent my day cleaning out a boot pit. Don't clean out a boot pit if you're ever a manager at a co-op. Don't let your boot pit get a foot and a half deep of rotten grain. It was the worst day of work. I didn't complain though, so they were pretty impressed. I didn't try to get out of it. That was kind of tough. Each location has a location manager. Our general manager is Bob Mulligan. And then most locations, depending on how much work they have, like daily work, they have that many employees. Like Tonkawa has their manager and 1 employee. So it's pretty small. I did numerous tasks. I never had a regular day. One day you go in and keep doing that project. I never had a day like that. I did scales. I dumped trucks during harvest. I graded wheat. My first day on the job, I had to be there at like 6:30 in the morning to go to grain grading school. And I didn't have a clue about grain. I'm kind of like Brittany, really clueless. I grew up in ag, but all of mine was livestock production. And so that's really what I thought I was walking into. Not at all. Grain grading school was like 8 hours of soil science. Dry fertilizer, which soil science was really boring, is applying to everything I did this summer. Like, it all makes sense, and I hate to admit that because I never want to take a class like that again. Our soybean project, we had our chemical applicator. There's something going wrong with the soybeans in our area, and the sales reps are trying to blame it on our chemical cells, or our applicator, and it's not our fault at all. And so we've been dealing with this every day, taking pictures, working with insurance, dealing with customers, trying to figure out what's wrong and who's to blame, who's going to make it up to the farmers that crops are damaged.
Are you going to have pictures of those?
I have a picture, yeah. Also, I learned how to drive a forklift, a bobcat, front end loader, and a 10-speed driver. I'm a little impressed with myself. What?
She needs to go and intern next summer.
They kept teasing me. If we ever needed a forklift, they'd say, Lexi, go get your forklift, go get your bobcat. I'm really impressed with the 10-speed because I can basically drive a semi. So, here, a few of my special projects that I got to do. I got to create a new letterhead, which came as a result of my funding letter that I had to write, because I was about done with the letter, and I asked if they had a letterhead. Of course they didn't. And so that was my job, was to create a new one. So that was quite a fiasco because my boss was never there. He needed to approve it. Big mess. I also wrote the grain handling process paper, which, Brittany can contest, wasn't easy if you didn't work in the elevator much. And I didn't. I did a lot of outside work, but avoided the elevator if I could. The soybean pictures, that was my job. Every couple days I'd go take pictures of them and then send it into the insurance lady. This is a picture of it. You can see what we were looking for was this stuff to see where they were damaged. And then these are perfectly good leaves, minus the grasshopper hole.
So curling?
Yeah, it's 2,4-D damage. A lot of them were either curling down or up, and there's different damages. But it's in the same plant. You can see perfect leaves and then damaged ones, and curling up is 2,4-D, and curling down was dicamba damage. And so we're trying to figure out how is all of this happening on one plant. And it's still, I haven't been in work for a week and a half, so I don't really know where we're at, but.
So they thought maybe there was some residue in the sprayer?
Yeah, we think the tote that we got was damaged or was contaminated because our sales rep told us they don't clean out totes when they refill them. So we think that's that. Our chemical rep, every time he changes crop or field, he'll clean out his tank so he doesn't damage the next field. And so it's still a big mystery as far as I know, because I haven't been back lately. This was day 2 as an intern. We went to the Capitol. We were going to get an intern picture with all of the leadership majors, but we kind of split ways as soon as they told us to go home. So this is from the top of the elevator, really high up there. Don't walk out to the edge if you're afraid of heights. I didn't. This is me and my 10-speed. This is my dry fertilizer. spreader. I was really proud. This is also the day I learned to drive a front end loader. It was a big day for me. This, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm looking at. This thing,
Piece of glass.
yeah. I was one of my first couple. It was probably my second week out there. They had a couple of us painting stuff to get it ready for harvest to look nice and everything. And I was right next to the elevator, and I hear, and I mean it's from me to that chair, and I'm like, what? No idea. And I look down, and there's this huge. I mean, it's like this tall sticking out of the ground, and I don't know how far deep it is. I couldn't pull it out. I really thought I was gonna die, but I'm still here, I guess. So that's good. And Brittany showed this picture. I would definitely recommend this internship to other ag leadership majors. My experience is great. I got an all-around view, and I don't think many other interns for the co-op system did. I think they were either sectioned to this part of the co-op or that part. And I think from what I heard, there was only a couple of us that did the whole all-around inside management, elevator, fertilizer, a little bit of everything. I have a job offer out of my internship. He asked me to come back this fall and work part-time when I'm not in class. And then in December, he wants me to come back in whatever position I want. He's either will create or put me in, or he said if I want to go outside the company, he'll help me get a job wherever that may be. So that's all I have on the record.